training plan. Yeah, this is the whole training plan. So basically, am I audible to everyone, and is my screen visible to all?
Yes.
Okay, so myself, I'm Hari. Okay, so I have 13 plus years of experience, and I have 5 plus years of training Selenium and Playwright automation to the students. Okay, so today we'll be seeing about the course, that syllabus, the whole syllabus that we are going to see for this Playwright. Okay, basically we'll be learning about core Java first for 10 hours. I mean for 10 days. First 1 week it will be around related to core Java basics. Okay, and then we'll be getting into the Playwright course. So this is the I mean syllabus. Okay, so module one will be 5 hours of basics of Java, like installation, setup, and basics of primitive data types, operators, control statement. Okay, array, string, exception handling, all these things will be covered for the first 3 4 days. And then we'll be moving to OOPS concept. Okay, it is object oriented programming concept, which will be around 4 hours. So we'll be learning about the classes, objects, methods, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstractions. Okay, so all these things we'll be learning for the first 1 week or 10 days maximum. Okay, then we'll be seeing about the collections of how the let set map work. Okay, so all those things we will be covering. Then we'll be moving on to the 20-hour session of Playwright. Okay, so we'll be seeing what is Playwright. We'll about the introduction, project setup, all these things will be for 2 hours. And then browser automation, like basic launching of the browsers, how to launch with headed mode and headless mode, how to use multiple context. Okay, how to handle the browser sessions and cookies, and the locators that are available for Playwright, and normal locators also we'll be learning. Along with that, the specifically whatever the locators that we will be using in Playwright, right? That we'll be seeing in this sessions, okay, in this module, and how to handle weight and dynamic elements, auto weight mechanism, retry mechanism. So filling the forms, okay, like learning how to use checkbox, radio button, drop downs, okay, how to upload a file and how to download a file. All these things we'll be learning in this session. And how to handle alerts, windows and frames, okay. So all these things we'll be learning in this module. And then the advanced Playwright session features like assertions, okay, test validations, all those things we will be learning, and screenshot, how to take a screenshot, how to capture the videos, debugging methods, okay, and how to use the inspector element from the Playwright that is inbuilt. Okay, so using the inspector element, like in the Playwright itself, we have an inbuilt option. So using that, how we can debug, okay, and how to trace all the network and logs that are happening at the automation. Okay, so all these things can be learned in this section in the module 6, and then we'll be learning about how to handle the web tables. Okay, how to handle complex elements like shadow DOMs, how to work with models, alerts, pop-ups, all those things we'll be learning. And then we'll be learning about two frameworks. Okay, one is Cucumber framework and the other one is TestNG framework, which is implemented with page object model. Okay, so we'll be learning first page object model, then we'll be moving into the hybrid framework, like combining both Cucumber and TestNG framework together with Playwright. Okay, and then live project for 2 days. Okay, I'll be giving you a website and a few steps to be followed. Okay, like how I'll be sending it on daily basis is I'll be sending you guys an email like this. So after every session we'll be getting an email like this. Okay, so I'll be sending an email like this. Sorry, on this one. Yeah. So whatever we are learning, right, all the documents will be shared like this. Okay. So in most of the sessions in the trainings, they won't share the documents which the trainer is using for teaching. Okay. Whereas I will be sharing with with all of you guys. Okay. I'll be sharing all the documents, whatever the code that we are learning, right, it will be put into the GitHub. So the link will be shared. Okay. You can get into this and see whatever we are pushing into the code. Okay, and Java session codes, TestNG framework, Cucumber framework, everything I'll be passing inside this links and you can get. And along with that, we'll have the YouTube link also. So once you do the payment and stuff, right, your email IDs will be added to this YouTube link. So daily basis, once the session is done, you'll be able to see the recordings. Okay. So all the recordings will be available like this. So each recording will be around 45 minutes to approximately to maximum 1 hour or 1.5 hour based on the topic that we are going to learn. Okay. So, so far clear everyone? Guys, please
Yes.
respond so that I can understand whether you guys are getting my point or not. So on daily basis, you'll get all these things. And at last, I'll be giving you guys a resume also. Okay. You can just use the resume and update it for your uh, playwright interviews and stuff. Okay, so that's it about the introduction. So we'll be seeing all these things. Okay, and then 2 hours of live project implementation. I'll be giving you a website and I'll give end-to-end testing test case scenarios to you guys. Okay, you will be working on that sessions. You will be lively working on those scenarios, and whenever you are stuck or if you are having any doubts, I'll be clearing it. And for 2 days, we'll be working on the live project at the end of the session. Okay, once all the session is completed, we'll be working for 2 days, and you guys can work on the framework that I'm going to provide you, so that you will be able to easily understand everything. Okay, any doubts so far?
No.
Okay, so now let's get into the demo session. So this is the syllabus. I'll be sharing it after the session. Uh, I want you guys to post your email IDs into the WhatsApp group that we have, and we shared all the details about the session, right? So in that, kindly post your email IDs so that I can share you this syllabus, course syllabus. And then the first step, what we have to do is we have to have the prerequisites. Like you should have at least Java JDK 11 or above in your system installed. Okay. And then Eclipse IDE. So we'll be using this IDE for the Java. Okay. And then Maven has to be installed. So it is not mandatory right now because in the first few days we'll be learning about the basics of Java and then Playwright. So only when we are working on framework, you guys need to install this Maven and a very good internet connection. Okay. So if you're not aware of installation, I have given all the steps in this document itself. Okay, you can go to the download link directly and you can download it. And if you are facing any issues with this installation, please let me know through the WhatsApp group. I can help you guys. Okay. So this is the step-by-step installation. Okay. First, you guys have to check whether is installed in your system or not. Okay. If you guys are already aware of this, fine. And I know few people who are new to automation, right? They will not be aware of this. So I'm just saying this. Don't uh, think why I'm teaching all the basic things. Okay. So open command prompt. Okay. In the command prompt, just type Java hyphen version. Okay. Once you hit enter, you'll be able to see the version of your Java installed in your system. Okay. So if this is not available, then it will be throwing some error saying it's not available in your system. Okay. So like this, it will be showing Java is not recognized as an internal or something. Okay. So what you have to do is then you have to install the version from the link I have provided here. Okay. You can open this link, download, and installation steps are clearly explained here. Just give next, 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 and select the folder. Okay, C program files, Java, JDK, whatever your version that you are going to download, it will be displayed here. Okay, so once the installation is completed, go to that particular path. Okay, like this, C program files. Okay, Java, sorry, not 86. This one. In that Java will be there. Java JDK 24. So 21. So copy this path. Okay. In search, you have to enter environment variables. Okay, so you'll be able to see edit system environment variables here. So once you click on this, you'll be able to open this option, environment variables. Here you'll be having a path, okay? Click on edit and you'll be able to add new and then enter this value, okay? Till bin you have to add it in this environment, okay? On the top, using user variables for Venkatraghavan it is mentioned, right? So here in your system, it will be mentioned your name or whatever the PC name that you have given, that name will be mentioned here. So then you have to create a Java home variable in the system variables. Create new, okay? Once you click on create new, you have to give the name as Java underscore home and then remove the slash bin, okay? Till the folder, like I don't want to get into this bin. From here itself, you have to get the path and paste it over here, okay? So once you are done, it will be like this. Why we are doing this is we are just binding the path so that whenever we are searching in the system, right, in the command prompt, it will understand that the Java is installed in that particular point, okay? So that whenever you are searching for Java hyphen version, you'll be able to see the version that it is installed in the system, okay? So this is the basic step that you have to do. Once Java is installed, try to download the Eclipse, okay? Eclipse also you will be having a link. Just you can search in Google itself like Eclipse installation or something. So you can go to this URL, okay? I've mentioned that also. Click on that, and while installing, select the Eclipse IDE for Java developers, okay? So once that is also done, you guys have to open the Eclipse, okay? So once you open the Eclipse, you will be able to see a blank screen, okay? Once you are inside this Eclipse, what we have to do is click on this file, okay? Click on new and then just go to this other files, okay? And here you will be able to see Maven, okay? So whenever you are creating a project, you try to create with Maven project instead of Java, general Java project, okay? Because in Maven project, we'll be able to add the uh, basic, I mean, like dependencies and all we can add, and all the dependencies will be downloaded. Okay, no need to manually download. In initial stages, like for launching a browser itself, we need to download a driver. Okay, a Chrome driver or whatever browser that you are going to use, that we will be adding up here. Okay, manually we have to download from the website, like this. We'll be searching for Chrome driver download for Selenium or Playwright, like that we have to search and then go into the downloads page. We have to download the version based on your Chrome version. Okay. So like this, we will download the jar file and we'll paste it in some folder. Okay. From there, we'll be using it. Whereas now we have updated a lot of things. So, by just adding the dependency itself, we will be able to download everything. Okay. So this is how the Eclipse will launch. It will look like this empty. Okay. As I told you, you have to click on this file and then project. Inside that project, you have to click Maven project. Okay. So once you're done with this Maven project, you will have to click on this create a simple project on the next screen. Okay. And then click on next. Here you have to give the folder name. Okay. Whatever folder name that you are going to use, you have to give the group ID and artifact ID. So these two IDs has to be given and then click on finish. So once you click on finish, you will be able to see a structure like this. This is the default structure for Maven. Okay. So once you are done with the installation, I mean the base first requirements, then you have to click on this pom.xml. Okay. So once you open this one, you'll be able to see these things. Like it will not be this will not be there. So first, when you open the pom, it will be like this. Okay. Once you open it, you have to add the dependencies first here. Okay. Like this. So once you are done with the dependencies, you have to go to Google. Okay. So for Playwright, we have to search Playwright Maven dependency. Okay. So in this Playwright dependency, you'll be able to see a repository here. Okay. Maven repository will be mentioned Microsoft Playwright. Okay. So you have to open that one. And once you open it, you will be able to see a lot of versions. Okay. Previous versions. And this is the latest version. The latest version will be on the top. Okay. 1.58.0 is the latest version. So it was released in January 29, 2026. Okay. So once you click on this, you'll be able to see this code. Okay. Just copy this code, go to your Eclipse, inside your dependencies, just paste this one. Okay. So once you paste it, just save it. Okay, once you are saving it, right, you will be able to see a building up of this code. Okay, so it will be built and Maven dependencies. This folder will be created. Okay, and Playwright, can you see the version 1.558.0.jar is installed. Okay, so this is how we have to install. This is the basic setup. Everyone clear? Any doubt in this?
Can we do the same in VS Code? Is it possible?
Sorry, your
VS
voice is
Code.
very. Uh,
Can we do the same in VS Code? From VS Code, is it possible to do the same kind of setup?
In VS Code, it will not be supporting a lot of things. So, our session we will be learning up, with Eclipse only. So the framework, TestNG framework, all these things are supported by Java here. Okay, so Java library. So all these things are supported by this Eclipse IDE, which is free of cost. VS Code and other stuffs are payment related stuff, right? So that is for JavaScript and all. We'll be using VS Code, not for Java. Okay. So that's it about the basic installation. Okay, so now let's move on to the demo. Okay. So this session is completely about the basic demo about the Playwright. Okay, what is Playwright? Why we are using Playwright? Okay, why it is booming in recent days? Why a lot of companies are switching from Selenium to Playwright? What are the advantages? Okay, all those things we let's see now. Okay, so first of all, Playwright is a modern web automation framework. Okay, so Playwright is developed by Microsoft. Okay, it was introduced in 2020. Okay, as an open source application. Now also it is an open source application, and in future also it will be a open source application like Selenium. Okay, why Selenium was famous was because it was a open source application, so anybody can use it. Okay, no need to buy any license or something. Okay, that is the main reason they were using Selenium. So now the recent update is Playwright is booming like anything. Okay, so it is because of the open source. Okay, one thing is open source and it has lot of advantages. Okay, it can support multiple browsers like Chromium, Firefox. Okay, WebKit. WebKit is nothing but for Safari browser. Okay, Apple Safari browser is there, right? So I for that purpose, this WebKit is being used in Playwright. Okay, it will be like a real browser. It will download all the real browsers. Whereas in Selenium, we have to manually download, or in recent days, we have to specifically mention which browser we need. All these things were recently updated. But in few years back, we have to download all the driver related to the browsers, and we have to install it. And with the help of that driver, the browser will be used. Okay, whereas in Playwright, what it will do is it will download the original drivers itself. Okay, I'll show you how it is downloading all those things when we start the demo. I mean practical code, we will be doing it now in the end of the session. So at that time I'll show you how this browsers are downloaded and where it is stored and how it is interacting. Okay, so this supports cross-platform. Okay, it can be used in Windows, Mac, or Linux, anything. Okay, so this is Playwright enables us to reliable in end-to-end testing for modern web applications. Is it clear? It cannot be automated. It cannot automate any mobile application. Okay, only native mobile application can be automated. Okay, like the application which we have in the browser, right? We mobile version we'll be able to see in the browser itself. So that version can be automated. The direct application cannot be automated here. Okay, and desktop application also cannot be automated. So this specifically, the Playwright is specific to web applications. Is it clear, everyone, so far? Guys, please be interactive. This the session is should be interactive, right? So I want you guys to speak up. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask, even if it is right or wrong. Not an issue. Okay, this session is for you to learn a lot of things about the Playwright. Okay, so I want you guys to be interactive. Okay, so
Why is it so
Playwright,
popular? Even there is no mobile support, right? For Selenium, I think with Appium there is support. Why
yes.
Playwright has come into so? Like everyone is talking about Playwright only now in automation.
I'll show you. I'll show you. Once you start learning, right, you will understand why everyone are pushing you to use Playwright. Okay. So first thing is it is created by Microsoft, okay, and it is an open source and it supports multiple browsers and it is supporting cross-platform, okay, and it supports these four languages, okay. Java widely used in tools because most of the companies are migrating from Selenium, okay. They already have the Selenium framework, okay, that frameworks are being migrated to Playwright. Okay, so that's the reason widely Java has been used, and in few companies who are ready to pay for JavaScript and all, right? So the VS Code and all someone asked it. So that's for they are ready to pay for license and buy all those things. So JavaScript and TypeScripts are also being used, and Python, C Sharp, and .NET. Okay, all these languages are supported by Playwright. Okay. So you asked me, right, why it is very famous? Because it is helping the frameworks to pass using this auto wait. Okay, it is already inbuilt in Playwright itself. You no need to specifically mention any wait mechanisms. Okay, if you are aware of Selenium, can you tell me what are the weights that are available in Selenium? Anyone? If you guys are aware of Selenium, can you please answer?
Implicit weights, explicit.
Super. So those two weights, what are the usage of it? Why we are using it? Any idea? What is implicit and
Normally
what
we
is explicit?
set,
Yeah.
yeah, normally we set some certain timers. Not very sure. I
Fine, fine, fine. No issues. I'll
The
tell you.
name itself tells that explicitly we will ask it to wait till the DOM loads, while implicit is we will pull the DOM for a specified amount of time constantly, like for every 0.5 second or 1 second, we'll keep pulling the DOM till the element is visible or clickable.
Yes. So, in layman terms, if you want me to tell, implicit wait is for whole execution. If you are opening a browser, if you are launching, and if you are entering some details, and if you are going to log in into the website, right? So, the whole website will be using that specific wait which you are mentioning in the implicit wait. Okay. So if you are, for example, in the coding, in the stop, you are mentioning as the implicit wait as 30 seconds. The element, all the element load will take 30 seconds and it will be all the actions that is going to be performed on that particular framework will be waiting for 30 seconds. Okay. If you're setting it as 40 seconds, it will wait for 40 seconds. Okay. For example, whenever you are launching a website, okay, whether it is loading immediately, not right, it is taking some time to load, correct? So this is cached inside my system, so it is loading very fast. So if I open any new website, right, it will definitely take some time to log in. Okay, so can you see it is loading, right? So all these loads in real time when we are working, right, the application will be very slow in our projects. Okay, because of the development process and so many people working on the same environment and a lot of stuffs there are, right? So based on that, the application load will be taking some time. Similarly, some page that are created recently using latest technologies and all, right? So only when you scroll, that page will be getting loaded. Okay. In previous website development, what they'll do, everything will load in one shot. Okay. So web page was taking more time to load. Whereas in recent days, the development has improved. Like how they do is once we scroll the page, the other stuff that is present on the below on screens, right, that will be loaded. So in that case, if you are trying to click on something or if you are typing something on the website, right, for that particular element you need to wait extra. Okay, for example, in this page all these elements are loading within 30 seconds, but this login button is loading after 40 seconds. Okay, when you set implicit wait, it will not work, so you have to explicitly set a wait for this particular element. Okay, this is what we have in Selenium and okay, we have in Selenium. Whereas in Playwright, that is not required. By default, okay, in Playwright, we have auto wait mechanism. Okay. So if you see here, whether the element is visible, okay, it is stable, okay, it is it receives some events or not, it is enabled or not. All these things will be validated in this Playwright itself by default. Okay, that is the first advantage. So you no need to use thread.sleep or some other element and make the system to wait. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? So you no need to have implicit wait or explicit wait in your code. First advantage, and then locators. Okay. So here we have CSS, XPath, okay, text-based and role-based locators are available in Playwright. So even if something is failing, okay, it will automatically, if you are using role-based locators, it will not fail. The locators will not fail at all. In most of the real-time example, in your projects, what will happen is most of the failures will be because of the locator updates. Okay, for example, today the XPath was something, and you were creating with the help of that XPath, and it was working today. So 2 days later, what will happen is if the developer is changing the locator or something, if the word is changing, the text is changing in the locator, it will always fail. Okay. So first thing is because of weight, it will fail. Okay. The second thing is because of locators. Okay. If the locators are changing, it will fail. So we have lot of unique options in this Playwright. Okay, to select. So these two are disadvantages in Selenium, whereas in Playwright, these two are main advantages. Okay. And then one more option is we can have multiple tabs and multiple browsers open simultaneously. Okay, we can log in into two different using two different users using multiple browsers. Okay, we can open use context. We have browser context in Playwright. Okay, so those browser context can be created n number of times, and n number of times you can use those context and just switch from one to another. So that is also a major advantage, whereas in Selenium it is not supported. Okay. And then network marking, as I told you, it will control the API responses. For example, when you are working on some website, okay, if you are on some other some site, okay, if you inspect the element, you will be able to see the network tab. Okay, whatever you perform here, okay, once you click on some element and there is some action happening, okay, you'll be able to see all this content. What is the status code? What is the payload that is passed? Okay, what is the preview? What is the response we are getting back? All these things will be handled in this network tab, right? So these networks tab, console, log, and all the other stuffs can be controlled in this Playwright. Okay, we can download and see all the history, like timestamp, everything we can see using that marking. Okay, the tracing also, like as I told you, you'll be able to see the logs, screenshots. If you want, you can have videos. Okay, all these things can be created using Playwright by default. Whereas in Selenium, you have to use a third party like extend report, all those things we have to use. Right here we have inbuilt reporting which is very clear. Okay, it will have all the logs, all the timestamp details, everything will be there in that tracing. Okay, so that is another advantage. Okay, and Playwright is distributed as a set of Maven modules. As I told you, you have to download from the Maven repository. It is available in that, and it is very easy. You can just add into the POM and update the project. You'll be able to get everything. So, Raj, can you get it why Playwright is booming recently? So, whatever disadvantages we had in Selenium, right, that has been fixed and it is having a lot of advantages here.
Got you. Will we replace it by AI, that Claude Cowork, right? Will it replace us for Playwright, like where five are needed, only one or two will be needed? Are there certain, like, do you teach anything with AI and Claude or Playwright and
Actually,
CP and? Mm-hmm.
yeah, at the end of the session, we'll be learning how to use the prompt engineering in AI. Okay, so we'll be giving the prompt engineering and we'll be able to create a framework within 30 minutes. Okay, initially, before AI, when I want to create a new framework for my company or for any of my project, it used to take 2 to 3 days. Okay, so I have to bring code everything, start from the end, and I have to prepare everything and do all those things. Whereas once the Playwright, once the AI came in, right, so it made my work very easy, but it didn't replace me. So no need to worry that AI is not going to replace any automation tester or manual tester, anyone. Okay. Only thing is if you're not going to use it, then you will be replaced. For example, in my company itself, we are around 400 plus testers. Okay. But in recent days, they have released few of my colleagues from the team, and they have released them from the company also. Okay, they have sent them out only because they didn't learn anything about Playwright or they didn't learn, they didn't upgrade themselves. So I would suggest you all, even if you're joining this session or not, what I will suggest you is every year, whatever you earn, right, the money that you earn, you have to invest on your upgradation. Okay, so at least 10% of that amount you have to spend, and you have to learn something newly, or else you cannot survive. So AI is not definite. I can 100% surely say AI is not going to replace anyone because it is not 100% accurate. Okay, someone needs to give prompt, get data, and then they have to work with the AI. Not AI cannot do anything alone, I'm saying. Okay, so no need to worry about it. Is it clear, everyone? So as I told you, these are the advantages. Okay, cross-language support is there, auto-waiting mechanism is there, headless and headed execution is available, parallel execution. As I told you, you can use multiple context and log in different logins. You can test in different browsers. Okay. So, and one more thing we see here, right? The shadow DOM and iframe, all these things in Playwright, we need to have some extra codes and we have to do something, right? Whereas in Playwright, you can directly work on frames, iframes, okay, shadow DOM, everything can be handled as a normal element, okay? We'll be learning all those things in future sessions. So at that time, you will understand why I mentioned it in the advantages section, okay? So iframes and all, it was very difficult when we are using in Selenium. Okay, we have to wait and we have to use switch to iframe. All those things we'll be using. Whereas here, by just using the locator directly, you can start using. Okay, and then tracing, video screenshot, all these are inbuilt in Playwright itself. You don't need any third party. Okay, so as I told you, Playwright and Selenium, right? Can you see the number of downloads in recent days? So the Selenium website web driver, right? So it has gone down, whereas Playwright has started booming. Can you see? So it was introduced in 2020. Okay, so now it is 2025. Now can you see? It is almost 2026 now, right? So so this is the boom that it is going. Okay, on the trend is this one. So you can see that in NPM trends.
Is there any advanced class like already who has some experience in automation but had to switch back to manual, and I'm not able to follow my online video courses, like videos, it is not much interactive, not focused, so I was looking for some advanced course in shorter duration. Like I
Mm-hmm.
understand all the basics, all of those are very well known. I just want to learn only Playwright, some shorter duration class.
No, basically we go along with the Java core Java only. We don't directly say that.
Okay,
You can
any
just
workshop? Mhm.
you can join after 7 days. The session will be starting now. You can join after 7 days.
Okay, thank you.
So there is some yeah. So if you see the Playwright last 1 year, so can you see how many downloads have been done? This is one thing, and you can see the GitHub of Playwright. So this is the GitHub, okay? You can see how many commits has been happened. So if you see Selenium also, it will be like this only. So almost 20 years Selenium has been there into the industry. Okay, so if you see Selenium official GitHub link, okay, so here if you see 34,000 commits has been done. Okay, so these are the languages supported. Okay, so this is the latest release. And if you see how many contributors are there, and if you see these are the members that have contributed a lot. Okay, they'll be related to Selenium. Okay, they'll be working on this and they'll be pushing the codes in recent times. Okay. Similarly, if you say playwright, if you see playwright, okay, see around half, within 5 6 years, half of the level has reached. Can you see? So these many updates are happening. 8 hours ago, also they have done some updates and they are working on it. 1 hour ago, Selenium was updated by someone. Okay. So this is how you have to decide on which application it is going to boom. Okay. If you see some other application like Cypress and all, right, it will not be having this much uh, pushes and all in it in the okay. So contributors are very less. Can you see when compared to others? Okay. So this is not going to keep closed very soon. Okay, it will be up for many years and it will be going on. Okay, can you see? So if you see, everyone will be working on Microsoft. Okay, can you see? Member of Microsoft, everyone are member of Microsoft. Okay, so this is uh, particularly handled by Microsoft peoples. Okay, so no need to worry about the this thing. Okay, as I told you, these are the documentation about the Playwright. Okay, that is available in the official website. I mean, GitHub. Okay, so this is the trend. So about the how it works, okay, architecture. So Selenium architecture and Playwright architecture. What is the difference? Why it is faster when compared to Selenium? Okay, actually Playwright is very faster when compared to Selenium. The execution, everything will be very faster. Okay, so the high level architecture designers like this only it will be like. So you will be doing some tests designs. Okay, all the test design will be converted into the JSON format. Okay, and then it will be passed inside the WebSockets using WebSockets, it will be pushed to Playwright. Okay, so the Playwright will directly interact with the browsers. Okay, whereas in Selenium, Selenium will have a middleman like a driver. Okay, for all the browsers, it will have a driver, and that driver will be interacting with the browsers. Okay, Selenium will not directly interact, whereas Playwright interacts directly. And one more thing is it uses WebSocket method. Okay, so this WebSocket method, what is WebSocket method? I'll just explain. Okay, before going into WebSocket method, we'll understand what is HTTP connection. Okay, so basically, the Selenium architecture is using HTTP connection. So you are having some code in the client machine. Okay, from this machine, if you are going to send a request, okay, it will be passing to the server. Okay, it will give you the response to but that particular request, and the connection will be terminated immediately. So this is how a Selenium works. Okay, for example, if you have 10 lines of code, okay, for each line it will be keep on creating a request and response, and the connection will be terminated. So what will happen is it will take much time. Okay, whereas Playwright will not do that kind of thing. So it will automatically create one session. Okay, that session will have a request will be sent to it, and there will be a handshake protocol. Okay, so that handshake protocol will be open for that particular connection. Okay, so once you create the connection, for example, if you have 10 lines of code, all the 10 line of code will be executed within that one connection itself. Okay, so that is the main reason between these two difference. The speed difference is it will terminate the connection and create a new connection. So it was like a cycle. Okay, whereas this one will create one connection and the handshake will happen. All the line of code will be sent as a request in one single line itself. Okay, and we'll be getting the request back. Okay, the response back. So this is the main reason why Selenium is slower when compared to Playwright. Okay, so whatever I told, that is in words here. Okay, so overall, Playwright and Selenium, this is the difference. Okay, auto wait mechanism is built in, whereas here we have to add manually, like thread.sleep, explicit wait, implicit wait, all these things we have to add. Okay, and then browser support is it will directly download all the browsers like Chromium, Firefox, website, WebKit, all these things. Okay, whereas here it supports all the major browsers that are available. And as I told you, the speed is faster and more stable when compared to Selenium. Okay, due to the auto wait mechanism, it will automatically wait particular web page load and element load, enable or disabled, whatever it is. Okay, it will wait and it will work on that. So it is faster. Okay, whereas Selenium will be slower because we'll be using manual waits, and it supports single page apps a lot. Okay, and here we need a lot of workarounds on that, and lightweight and fast, as I told you, this connection itself is lightweight, right? So here it is heavy configuration required. So these are the features as I told you. So frames, shadow DOMs can be handled easily, network inception. Okay, so just a recap, I'm just showing this, and we have reporting and debugging methods in here, and we have a Playwright inspector also. Okay, so I'll show you this also. This will be very interesting. Okay, we'll be able to record and use it. the codes can be recorded, and that codes can be used for running the test case execution again. Okay, so I'll show you that also today. So the basic dependency, this is the basic dependency, latest dependency. Okay, you can have this in your code. Okay, like this, you have to add and update. So once updated, the Maven will have the Playwright here. Okay, so let's create one package. Okay, demo one. So inside that package, I'll create one class. Okay, class is launch browser. Okay, so we are going to open a browser, launch a website. Okay, so this is the website. This is the website. I want to enter a username here as admin and the password as admin123. So this is the demo credentials. You can use the demo credentials and click on login button. Okay. So to get the XPath and all, so you have to basically general how we inspect the element, right? So we have IDs and all, right? So we can use those IDs and automate this one. So what we have to do is we have to open a main method. Okay. So inside the main method, so this is the basic structure. So whenever you are starting with the Playwright, okay, we have to always use this line of code. Okay, it is like starting point. Okay, once you use this, always Playwright will start. Okay, this is the for example, if you are starting a car, you have to ignite your car, right? Ignition has to be done, right? So this is like ignition. Okay, so this is compulsory. This is the syntax. So playwright equal to playwright dot create. This method is to create the Playwright session. Okay, so once the session is done, we have to specify what browser we want. Okay, so for that we will be using this line of code. So it should be imported from Microsoft Playwright. Okay, so import the browser method. Okay, this is the browser variable, and then Playwright. This Playwright we created, right? So from there we have to mention what browser we have to open. Okay, so this Chromium is for Chrome browser. Okay, and then the browser should be launched. Okay, and then we have browser type option here. Okay, we have to import this also from Playwright. Okay, so this is for launching the browser. Okay, by default, if you don't give this, what will happen is browser will be opened, and whatever actions that you want to perform, it will be done in the headless mode. Okay, so you have to specify that you want to view the UI opening and all the actions that are performing, right? So if you want to view the UI, you have to mention this set headless as false. Okay, by default, Playwright is always headless. Okay, you will not be able to see the visual execution. It will be running at the backend itself. Okay, so if you want to see the visual UI actions, you have to use this line of code. Is it clear? So this is the basic syntax to launch a Playwright. Okay, and then launch a browser. Any doubt on this so far, guys? Please respond now.
No questions. How will you add validations if you cannot see everything is headless?
You can you use assertions and screenshots. You can pick
Okay,
all those
same
things.
as
Okay.
Java
Yeah,
Selenium
yeah, yeah.
assertions, we'll have assertions here.
Yes. We have
Okay,
inbuilt
I know
assertions
I
in
asked
Playwright.
this question, but
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know what are the capabilities that we have if we have similar thing in VS Code, like that GitHub Copilot connected with some LLM tool and then VS Code. Like, what is the work that you are doing on AI? Like how you are using those LLMs in your company? You got my point.
In my company, they are not allowing me, any of my client is not allowing us to use any AI in the project because they are afraid of AI. They don't allow us to use. First thing. Okay,
Okay.
so that's the reason we are not using any of the in any project, even big clients, right? Like I don't know whether I can mention the name, like Caterpillar, okay, Johnson
Mhm.
and Johnson. They are not allowing us to use any AI in in their VDI. So that is the first
Okay.
disadvantage. Even if you know to implement all those things, they are not allowing us. I- if they are allowing in your company, are they allowing
No.
you? No, they won't
I,
allow because they are
like
afraid of data
there
breach.
are someone they are using someone. There are someone they are using it, but I just don't know that information. Someone recently gave a session. They were using in local model. There is
Mm-hmm,
one local model. They are not communicating anywhere. Data is safe. Everything is secure, but they are using that framework. So I was looking
mm-hmm,
for some training session where I can, implement that. so that my gap would be easier to fill.
Okay,
So
okay.
that
But
was the
the
entire
main
reason.
thing, but the
Mm.
main thing I'm not getting into that is because they are not allowing. So even if they are allowing, even if I want to give you a demo, right, I have to pay a lot of things to, for example, I tried with ChatGPT few days back, okay, for implementing that LLM into my code, right, it is charging like so many dollars. If I run the script one time, I have to pay some amount of dollars to use it. So there are few amounts to be paid for as a token for every actions. Okay, so I stopped doing it. The first thing for in the client they won't allow you to use in their client systems. Okay, first thing is that even in my company also they are not allowing us to use because of data breach issues and client issues. Okay, so they are not allowing us to use. So if you want to use and if you want to learn it, you can learn, but you cannot use in real time. That is the very big problem here. So I just go with prompts. I give prompt, I'll get the sample code, I'll modify according to my requirement. Okay. So if you want to learn, I can just do some research and I'll let you know about the LLM creation and all. We can do like we have to create that particular LLM into and put into some server, okay? And recently I tried it actually. So as I told you, the Chat GPT and all, they are charging more dollars. I told you, right? So what I did is there is a website called Render. Okay, in that website we can create some basic majorly what we'll do is we'll be using it for the locator issues. Okay, for example, the locator will be available today, tomorrow that locator may be changed. Okay, in that case it can automatically fix the issue and it will identify and tell you that this is the issue and it will give you a prompt, like it'll the execution will not fail. Okay, that is the major thing I have experimented. Okay, so here we are learning about Playwright, not about AI here. AI is a
Got
very
got
minute,
got Thank you.
small
Thank you.
project. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And then this line of code. Okay. So far these two lines, you guys are clear, right? How to open up a session, and the second line is for opening a browser, and this one is for opening a tab. Okay. So here, how we open a browser. Okay. We'll open a browser and then we'll click on this tab, right? So this tab is nothing but considered here as page. Okay. So we call this browser here dot new page. Okay. So after creating the page for opening a browser, for opening an URL, this is the code. Okay, page.navigate, and inside this we have to pass our code. So we are going to automate this website, right? So I'll be passing this URL here. So page.navigate. In Selenium, we'll be using driver.get and all, right. So instead of that, here it is page.navigate. So after that, we have to enter some data inside the URL. Inside this website and this username, right? So we have to get the locator and then use this fill method. Okay, this fill method will type whatever you are adding here, right? It will be typed. So for username, this is the XPath, and for password, admin123 is the password. So these two locators are XPath locators. I'll remove it. Okay. So generally, when you are using ID, right, you can use asterisk symbol in the front. Okay, so this is how you have to use the locator. Okay, so this is the username locator, and I'll be clicking on this password. So ID is available for password also. Login password is the locator for this one. Okay, so after filling these two details, I want to click on this login button. Okay, so as I told you, we have a lot of options in Playwright, right? So by just using the text itself, we can click. Okay, page dot click. Okay, inside the double quotes, text equal to single quotes, pass the value like this. Okay, so this is the basic option to launch a browser. Okay, enter some detail and then click on some performing some actions. Okay, this is how a Playwright will work. So once I run this one, okay, run as Java application, the console will show you how the browsers are getting downloaded. Okay, So if you see here, it will load now. Okay, so the browser launched within a fraction of second. See how speed it is. It got logged into this application. Okay, so if you are creating a project first for the first time, okay, it will take some time to download. Okay, it will be keep on downloading everything. Okay, and then only you'll be able to see this one. So this project I have already created, and I just updated the Maven dependency and started using it. Okay, so it immediately showed. But if you're using it for the first time, it will take some 15 to 10 to 15 minutes to download this one. Okay, all the browsers will be downloaded, then only you'll be able to use it. Okay, so you can see how it will download. Can you Anybody wants to share your screen and do this practically so that I can show you? Anybody interested in sharing your screen and running this code? Have you guys installed Eclipse or not? First thing that should be my first question, right? So that's it for today, guys. So this is how it will work, and it will download, and a browser will be very fast launched. Okay. Any questions in this so far?
Hello.
Yeah.
So is it mandatory to learn first Selenium and then Playwright? Because I'm hearing some new methodologies, okay, that I am already not aware
No,
about, okay? So
no,
that
no,
is
no, no,
confusing.
no, 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 no. You should not. It is not mandatory that you should be aware of Selenium. You can directly learn Playwright because, as I told you, a lot of thing is going to be changed, and everybody are switching to Playwright. Even my company itself, we
Ah,
have around 8 to 9 projects in Playwright recently. We don't have
okay.
resource to work on that. We have only two people, me and one of my friend. Only two people are available in my company where we are around 2,500 employees. Okay, 400 testers are available. Only me and my friend know Playwright.
Okay.
We started learning 2 years back itself. So recently they are looking for more number of uh, people in my company. They are keep on taking interviews, but no one is getting shortlisted because they are not
Okay.
aware of Playwright.
Okay. And one more thing means maybe it is a
Mhm.
basic question. Uh, so there are tools like Jmeter Fusion, right?
Mm.
If you aware. So what is means major difference in I'm not yet get because as you shown the UI base, okay, the
Mhm.
automation and all.
Mhm.
There also we can use the true client protocol and make our scripts, okay. So that's where I'm confusing more.
Jmeter is actually for performance testing. Okay, whereas
Uh-huh.
Playwright, Selenium are for UI API testing. Okay. So in Selenium, you will be able to automate the Playwright using REST assured. Okay, that is again a third party. Whereas in Playwright, we have inbuilt API also. Okay, so you no
Uh-huh.
need to use any third party. You can directly use the inbuilt Playwright API. Okay, API testing is supported by Playwright itself. So
Okay.
this is specifically for UI and backend testing, not performance testing related. So JMeter is a different tool. There are a lot of tools available, but
Okay.
Playwright is, as I showed you, right, the trend how it is going. So this is how we are getting a lot of interviews also. Even for my experience, I'm keep on getting interviews for Playwright only.
Okay.
I have 7 years of Selenium experience, but now they are asking us to do migration from Selenium to Playwright. Okay, I also have a in my company recently. What we did is they wanted to convert already there are 4,000 test scripts are available in Selenium. Okay, they wanted us to convert it into Playwright. Okay, that was the client requirement. So they were expecting that we wanted to do it in within 6 months. Okay, so me,
Uh,
my friends, everyone sat together and we were discussing a lot of things and we saw the framework, and that framework was very clear. Like they were separated interfaces. Like it can be easily modified. Okay, to be in layman term, if you're not available of if you're not aware of automation, we can say that in layman terms you can all have the Selenium framework also along with the Playwright framework. We can just add few interfaces, okay, and reusable methods. We should have all those things like combined. Whatever action that is going to be performed, if it is mentioned as Selenium, we have configuration files and all, okay. In that configuration file, it is like kind of dual engine. Have you heard of dual engine in airplanes? If one
Hmm.
engine is failing, you can use another engine, right? So what
Ha.
we did is we created two separate engines, like Selenium engine separately and Playwright engine separately, okay, and we combined it into the existing framework itself, which is around 4,000 test scripts were there, I told you, right? So we
Hmm.
combined it, and client can just make changes on the configuration file, okay, by
Okay.
like they want to run it on Playwright, they can mention it as Playwright. If they mention it as Playwright, the same execution will be run in Playwright, okay. So if they are mentioning it as Selenium, the same login, okay, all these things, this file action click, all these things will be performed by Selenium. So I'll give you this dual engine framework as how to say, you can have this as a free thing you can use in your company also. If there is some Selenium project already inside your system, in your company, you can add just this Playwright core, okay, core interfaces engine, uh, use this framework and you can automate everything. I'll give you this as a
Hmm.
free thing for your course.
Okay. Okay.
Are
Actually,
you
I am
getting it?
performance tester. Okay. So that's why
Oh,
I'm
okay.
So
asking these
basically,
questions.
if you don't mind, I would like to add few points like what he asked on. So basically, Jmeter and Vusion, they test non-functional aspects of the application. By default,
Yes.
you will assume that they're functionally working. But whereas functional testing, right, that particular functional aspect will be validated using these tools, like even database validation. That test data that you used for login, they'll validate in the backend from data as well, in the database as well. In API performance testing, you default assume that it will have all the headers functionally working, but the functional aspect of it is using all those headers are there in place, the cookies are there in place, all those aspects will be tested here. Only after for functional validation, it will come to performance testing.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank
And
Yeah.
the protocols vary. Okay, see, this works on OS level, like whatever he was saying, like Playwright directly uses JSON and it directly, talks with browser using that WebSocket communication. Whereas your case, it is all APIs only.
you. All right. Right.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for explaining it even more clearer. So I told you, right, there is a inbuilt debugger in the application, right? So only line that you have to add here is like wherever it is failing. For example, you are typing something and entering on admin some value on the text, right? So if you use this page.parse at that point, okay, what will happen is when you execute, it will stop at that point exactly, okay, and it will open the recorder option, okay. So I'll just show you. So the site is open. Okay, can you see this is the inbuilt Playwright inspector? Okay,
Mhm.
so whatever actions that I perform in this website, right, it can be recorded here. Once you click on this record button, okay. For example, if I want to add this product to the cart, it will automatically get captured here. Can you see?
Yes.
So using the role, it will be added to the cart. So if I click on this cart, that line will also be get added here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so you can
Mm.
record the code and whatever language that you want, you can just switch it. So if you want to use Java library, you can use that one. Node.js, Python, C Sharp, whatever language that you want, you can convert it. Okay, and you have a inspector pick locator. For example, if you want to inspect some element, you can just click on this element, and if you click mouse over on it, can you see? It is
Mhm.
giving you the locators also. Okay, so like this we have lot of options in this, like you can play and see whether it is working or not. Okay, you can uh, check the visibility whether this element is visible or not. So all kind of code you can generate here itself with the help of this one.
Okay.
Okay, and if you find some
A
issues or
complete test
failures,
case end to end using this particular recorder, we can complete the script. Is it?
yes,
Okay, then
in
this is
one
the
of
game
my
changing element for
cards,
Selenium and Playwright.
yes,
Playwright only we have this, whereas in Selenium we don't have this.
yes. In other
And
applications like
mm,
Cypress also has this, but it is not so efficient as this Playwright. So
okay,
Playwright has a lot of options. Okay, so these are the advantages. when compared to Selenium. So
Cypress is not
in one of my friends'
infrastructure.
company, right, what they did is, yeah,
No, no. Cypress, I heard about it a lot in 21, 22 during COVID. Later, I'm not seeing any openings. Is it like
yeah,
Playwright
yeah,
took that place
they
now?
stopped it.
Okay.
Not because of Playwright. There are some like not everyone were using it. Okay, as I told you, Cypress has a lot of paid version things they brought in. Okay, so it is not that friendly to users. So they stopped using it. As you told, only during the COVID time it was like booming like something, and then it went off immediately. This code, right? What I wanted to tell is because of this record option, one of my friend's company, right? It is a very small company. What they did is a startup kind of thing. They had Selenium code, okay. Already they had Selenium project or framework and all, but within 2 weeks, with the help of this Playwright recorder with a team member size of three, right? They created all the 400 test case, 350 something test case they had in Selenium. They migrated everything within 2 weeks with the help of this record and playback. They don't need to do anything, just did all these things. Okay, whatever actions that they wanted to perform, they performed. Everything they got captured. Okay, they modified only the names or something if they want to add the cart and validate the cart page and all, right? In that case only they just manipulated those and separated the locators, all these things. Even if you want it to be uh, in testng format and all, right? That will create, it will give you for example, if you see this is a testng format, right? At test, it is provided on the top. Okay, it will give you an at test format, everything it is available, right? So they just recorded and created the whole framework in 2 3 weeks. So that is one major advantage in Playwright. Okay, so hope you guys had a lot
Yes,
of
it's clear.
things
One last
understood.
question.
Hmm.
Uh, See, some years back, using Java, they used to validate image size, image property, like this should be of this size only, this color only. There
Hmm.
was some library, I'm not able to recollect it, but is that particular UI testing also, is it possible in Playwright? Like
Yes,
this image should be here, all the pages should have some header and footer.
yes, we can validate. Yes, it is available. It is inbuilt
Can
actually. The image things also image uh, is
Okay,
available here. Yeah, without any third party thing, you can use in Playwright itself.
thank you. Thanks, Hari,
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
for your time.
Yes. Any other question, guys? Was it uh, how was my session? Were you guys able to understand what is Playwright, how it is booming? So what all things will be covered in the session?
Yes, yes. So execution, how you will do? Same CI/CD, everything will be run in pipeline, parallel execution.
Yes, yes, same, similar to Selenium.
Okay.
Only the implementation will be varying. Other things, if you are already aware of Selenium, you no need to worry. It is similar to that only, with
Mm.
lot of advantages. Okay. If no questions, then we can wind up for today. We'll be starting core Java session in the next session. It will be for 7 days. If you are already aware of core Java, don't worry. It will be like a recap. Okay, so no need to worry why I should. I already know. You can learn something from someone, right? If you're not available aware of already about those things, you can learn it. Okay.